Hello, all, and welcome to this Saturday afternoon's beer review, which I am dubbing the I'm wearing a flannel beer review. Winter is here. Why am I wearing a flannel? Mostly because I'm wearing, the kind of tank top you shouldn't be wearing on a video, and, I didn't want to go and expose my bare arms and cause people to become nauseous and ill. So I put on this flannel, even though it's not super cold. Well, today anyway. Past few nights, like last week, pretty darn cold, but not tonight. Anyways, what are we reviewing? We are reviewing a can that my father has gifted me. He gave me two cans when I did the pre-taste a couple nights ago. And now I'm doing the review. And this is the new Belgium Holiday Ale. This is a limited release. Not sure where he got it from. But yeah, there's not much verbiage on the can here other than saying flavors of cranberry and spice and everything nice. It's a 7.5 ABV, winter warmer, though it doesn't really have a flavor profile that most other winter warmers would have. But let me go and read the extended version here online. So, 'tis the season for flavors of cranberry and orange, cinnamon and spice for everyone naughty and nice. I'm more naughty than nice. Um, I'm in my 40s. Let's be serious. There's no naughty or nice. You're just kind of living in that middle section there. But yeah, this was very different. Um, I can easily see this beer being one that you either love or hate with very little middle ground in between. So without much further ado, let's just go and pour this out. I'm going to be using the tulip today. Cracking it open, you already smell that fruitiness. Okay, so an amber brown. Light can pass through the bottom fairly easily here, as you can see. I'd say more of an amber orange actually than an amber brown. It's just dark. With an off-white to beige head. It's more or less clear, not super carbonated. I can see, but you probably can't. Let's get to the nose. Now, if you don't like how pumpkin spice beers have that sort of, baking spice smell, you're not going to like this because this is about double that. You got the cinnamon, you got nutmeg and allspice, but then you also have candied orange peel and cranberry sauce notes. We also got hints of ginger. Actually, a bit more of a hint of ginger. It's kind of above the rest of the spice notes there. The smell is more reminiscent of a mulled wine than of a beer, though you wouldn't mistake it for a mulled wine. It's just it has more of those notes. The malts are there. They smell bready. So when combined with that ginger, you get a little bit of a gingerbread note there. Can't really smell any hops. It's kind of dominated by the spice. Onto the palate now, shall we? Poured this out a little bit too cold. Came straight from the refrigerator. Could bear to have some warming so it opens up a bit more. Right now it's kind of closed because it's came out of the refrigerator, as I said. So there's bittering hops there, but they're not very aromatic. Up front, you have this interesting combination of juiciness, though I wouldn't say it's quite cranberry. It's not evoking cranberry in me. It's just a flavor of fruit juice mixed with the dark malts. Goes together better than I would expect, at least for my palate anyway. Body is slightly astringent, probably just due to the large amount of spices there. It definitely feels thinner than the 7.5 and the dark malting would lead you on to believe. So yeah, this one could be dangerous if you don't know the ABV on it. Feels lighter and drinks lighter than it is. The mids have this really nice spiciness on the palate, and it lingers in the finish as well, along with the breadiness of the malts. Top note, yeah, the orange and cranberry definitely show up more in the top note than the baking spices do. For lack of a better word, that's what I'm calling the mixture of cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, ginger, all that stuff. I mean, the malts kind of ground it and make sure that you know that you're drinking beer, as well as bittering hops. But all of the predominant taste notes, are not ones that you associate with beer, unless you drink a lot of pumpkin ales. As it warms up, more and more of that juiciness is showing up on the palate. Nothing really new is appearing. You get all those notes up front, and I really think that it kind of continues through. As it warms up, I figure, the juice is probably going to emerge more. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting take on a winter warmer. Not one, you always get a little bit of spice there. This one went all out and added some juiciness to it. Not hop juiciness, but juicy juiciness. Cranberry, like I said, on the palate, it's not very distinct, but you do get the separate notes in the nose. The only real hit against this, I could say, is just thinness and kind of astringency on the palate. It's only slightly sweet, by the way. You'd expect something like this to be cloying, but no, it's only slightly sweeter than your average winter warmer would be, I'd say. So does this have all the flavors of the holiday? Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, if you were being uncharitable, you would say, this is a beer in which somebody had thrown in a Yankee Candle and some orange juice. But if you like those kinds of notes and flavors, they're it's pretty interesting. I mean, I wouldn't go and drink a bunch of this. This would definitely be just something you have for the holidays because it matches. And I think it would be interesting to kind of pair with food, like some ham. I didn't notice that's my go-to to everything. Well, this is interesting. I like to pair it with some ham. Ham goes well with a lot of things. And to be honest, my love of pork products and alcohol products is what's keeping me from becoming a Muslim. No disrespect. I have a lot of respect for Muslims. I'm just saying I could never become one. You know what I mean? So yeah, New Belgium Holiday Ale. Very different, very unique. Like I said, I have a feeling that if you drink this, you're either going to love it or hate it. It's not perfect, but it's nice to see beer taken in some really interesting directions. And it's also good to see New Belgium kind of like sticking its head out, sticking its neck out a little bit more, like it used to in the past. I know why they really buckled down on their best sellers, i.e., Voodoo Ranger. Bottom line is everything. If you're not profitable, you can't make beer, period. But it's nice to see them, going back to the sort of out there things that kind of put their name on the books as a brewer. And that, folks, is your beer review for this Saturday afternoon. And it's nice as a side note, it's nice to be having my smell back. Going over my previous review with the Celebrator Doppelbock, I realized I missed a lot of the notes that I had caught previously, obviously for being kind of sick. And I think I'm getting more and more of my sense of smell back. You don't realize how much you miss it till it's gone. The other reason why I know my smell is back because I think there's a dead rat underneath my floorboard somewhere, and yeah, I'm glad for a strong smelling, strong scented beer to go and kind of at least wipe that off of my nose for a little bit. And on that cheerful, pleasant, savory note, I wish you a happy afternoon and good drinking. Cheers.